In this video, I'm going to be assembling the largest LEGO Star Wars droid army that I can in just 24 hours. I'll be assembling a slew of different sets, fan favorite minifigures, and even the most expensive LEGO Star Wars droids. So if you're excited, leave a like, and without further ado, let's get right on into this video. I want to start this video off with the Clone Troopers and Droids Battle Pack. This is the most efficient set on shelves to build your droid armies with, containing 4 Clone Troopers, but more importantly, we have the Octa-Tri-Droid, as well as 3 Super Battle Droids and 2 B1 Battle Droids and a little stab. And a fun fact about this build is that there's actually a small brain inside of the head. Who said that the droids were dumb?
Oh no, you're under arrest. You have the brain.
Or maybe the brain's not enough to save them after all. But what I do know is we have to get rid of these filthy Clone Troopers. And this set is a great way to start off the droid army, but just like my poor financial decisions,
another one.
Or another 5, I should say, as I've bought 6 of these battle packs over the past couple of years. And now with all of these clankers, the droid army is looking very formidable, but we have a long ways to go before we can stand up to the Grand Army of the Republic.
Yes, sir.
And that's where the homing spider droid comes into play. This set's from 2016, and it's wildly underrated. It comes with a Kashyyyk Trooper, Master Yoda, 2 battle droids, a dwarf spider droid, and most importantly, the homing spider droid. And this build just has such a great design, and is even equipped with this massive stud shooter at the bottom, which is more than capable to take down any foe that stands in its way. And our next set is the AAT from 2020. This set was way too overhated on its release. It comes with 4 minifigures, being 2 AAT drivers, as well as a 332nd Clone Trooper and Ahsoka Tano. And we actually have 2 of the AATs to add to this army. I've always loved the design of the AATs ever since that 2005 Battlefront 2 game, and I've always dreamed of driving one around for myself. But we actually have another AAT, this time from 2015, containing 1 B1 battle droid as well as a pilot droid, and this is actually the Trade Federation version of the AAT. And while the build is definitely a bit bulky and very different from the newer version, I still think I like this version a bit better. And now the droid army is looking quite formidable, but there's a big issue, and that's that we only have ground vehicles. So to solve that, I've brought in the Hyena Bomber from 2009. This set always got a lot of hate, and I really don't understand why. I think it has a great design and it's a very fun build, as well as being one of the only 2 sets to ever get the rocket droids.
Roger.
And next we take a trip back to 2024 with the Trade Federation Troop Carrier, which was the May 4th promo coinciding with the 25th anniversary of Episode 1 of Phantom Menace. And this was a fan favorite containing 8 battle droids, and the only complaint I ever saw is that you couldn't directly buy it from LEGO. You were able to deploy 6 battle droids out of the back of the carrier, as well as having your 2 pilot droids. And overall, this is just a great set, and a fun fact, this uses the brand new version of the pilot droids that were exclusive to this set until they appeared in the MTT later on. And speaking of the MTT, is the next set that I have to add to this droid army, releasing in 2025, and this set has a hefty retail of $160 in the US, but it also has 10 droids to add to the droid army. And while I certainly understand the criticism of this set, I still think it is the best play set from 2025. Allowing you to deploy your droids out of the front, having an area up top where your pilot can drive the MTT, and even a secret compartment in the back where you can deploy a stab speeder. And it has some good diversity in its battle droids. First of all, we have the commando droids making their first appearance in a long time, as well as having all 6 of the B1 battle droids and 1 of the new versions of the pilot. And I have to say I'm a big fan of this set, but not at a $160 price point. Now, it's no secret that the Separatists definitely get the short end of the stick when it comes to getting sets based around them, which unfortunately means for the most part the best way to get battle droids is to just buy clone sets and get them on the side, which is what I have done over the past year or 2 of collecting, with this small bag that I leave up in my closet.
Michael, don't leave me here.
And in this bag I have a pretty big variety of different battle droids, like the commandos from the Elite Troopers battle pack, as well as the one from the ATRT. And looking at the old versus new side by side, I really can't tell which one I like more. Let me know down below in the comments which one you prefer. And next we have the Assassin Droids from the Assassin Droid Battle Pack, which will add a much needed diversity to this droid army, as well as 25 normal B1 battle droids, a handful of different pilot droids, and most importantly 3 tactical droids exclusive to the Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter, which is one of the scariest droids to go up against. Not to mention one of the most expensive and hardest to find LEGO Star Wars droids. But if you want to win one for completely free, I'll be going live on Whatnot on Wednesday, November 12th at 6 p.m. EST, where I'll be auctioning off over 200 LEGO Star Wars minifigures starting off at just $1, as well as giving away a bunch of different LEGO Star Wars minifigures, including this tactical droid. And if you sign up using the link in the description of this video, you'll get $15 credit toward your first purchase. That's basically a free minifigure or two, so I hope to see you guys there. But let's get back on into this video. Our next additions to the army come from Geonosis, with 2 Geonosian cannons, which aren't technically part of the droid army, but they're great for taking down gunships, as well as the Hellfire droid, which I think is such a cool design and a very underrated set, and might be one of the scariest droids to run into on the battlefield, as it's equipped with 2 massive missile launchers on either side, and I definitely wouldn't want to be on the other end of that. Now, the next addition is my custom Utapau Troopers battle pack. LEGO wouldn't make a new one, so I took it upon myself to do so, and this is what I landed on: a small crab droid build, 4 battle droids, as well as 4 clone troopers. And while the crab droid might not be insanely accurate, I still think I did a pretty good job, and I'd love to see this introduced to LEGO Star Wars at some point. It would have been perfect inside of the ATT, and I think this will make a great addition to the droid army. We just have to get rid of these clone troopers. And the droid army is nothing without its leaders. Starting off with Count Dooku, one of my favorite characters in LEGO minifigures of all time. This version is from the 2013 duel in Geonosis, and to his right we have Chancellor Palpatine from the 2023 Coruscant Guard gunship, the man behind it all. And of course you can't have the droid army without the droid general himself, General Grievous. And we also have Darth Maul, who isn't a separatist, but you know, he looks cool, so I'm gonna include him, because it's my video. But we're missing one last character, and that's Asajj Ventress. And I've chosen to go with a brand new version from the V19 Torrent. And this is just such a great minifigure. I just love that purple coloring, and she'll make a fine addition to complete the droid army. And now it's time to assemble our full droid army. I'm very happy with the diversity that I was able to get throughout this army, but there is a very big issue when it comes to droids in LEGO Star Wars, and that's that we really don't get any sets. The MTT was the first main Separatist set in years, and it doesn't look like we'll be getting any more anytime soon. But I'm still very proud of the army that I was able to raise in just 24 hours, coming in at 103 battle droids. Not to mention all of the named characters to lead the army, and all of the different builds that I was able to amass. I really think that I got a pretty good variety for this droid army, and I had a lot of fun making this video. But it did make me realize how big of an issue the fact that we're not getting any Separatist sets from LEGO is, when I went to buy some of the older sets costing over $500 on the aftermarket. And unfortunately that just wasn't in the budget for this video. But in doing that research, I realized the world record for the biggest droid army is actually pretty small, coming in at just 2,000 battle droids. Something that I want to try and beat, but I can't do it without your guys' help. So like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see me attempt to build the largest LEGO Star Wars droid army ever recorded. And if this video can get 7,500 likes, then I will attempt to build the largest droid army. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out Whatnot in the link down below so you can get your $15 credit and the chance to win a tactical droid. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out.